Hi guys, me and team here. Welcome to more Let's Play Genghis Khan 2, and here I finally go through with the wedding. So, there you go. Now, Jamuga, who was one of the original starting leaders, is loyal to me. And look at that! There are 12 units in that city. Or not city, territory. And I do have 20, but I actually have significantly fewer quality troops. So, this is going to be an important battle coming up, because I really want to break the offensive power of really the only significant rival that remains on the map. So I need to be careful in this particular battle, but even so, as long as I can get an ambush or something, it shouldn't be too bad. So here we are. Fortunately, this is the map where I can set up some ambushes. Well, really only one, but it's enough. Because, well, you'll see. It shouldn't be enough, but the AI does not hold its ground. It sees the massive 20-man army and decides that it would be a good idea to flee. So I'll set up an ambush and keep my other units from charging in too hastily. Definitely don't want to charge in hastily in this game. Because getting ambushed generally devastates the unit that takes it. The only, if you have a guy with a good leadership trait, you can micro a battle yourself further and save yourself some damage. But yeah, here I work over his stack 2 with a combination of my stack 2 and stack 3, and then yeah, they just start running. I'm like, what the hell? So one thing also, if you have flags in every city on the map here, then you win the battle automatically too. And yeah, they fled, but I captured their legions, and I kind of wish I had like a spare roster spot to pick up some more of those Mongol units, rather than having to continually rely on my infantry forces. But what can you do? And here I got an A war leader, along with Temujin, or Genghis Khan. That puts me up to 2 leaders who are very competent now. So my stack 2 and stack 3 will be pretty brutal, especially my stack 2 with Genghis Khan leading it. Stack 3 would be just as good, except that I don't have the troop quality in terms of what I've trained. So yeah, I'm looking around. I'm really not impressed now with the remaining forces, other than in Territory 7. Actually built up some forces there. I guess that's to be expected, since I trained up Territory 7 pretty nicely myself. But it's not nearly as much as the 12 mounted units I just fought, so actually this one should be easier. And it is. Actually, anytime you have like massive numerical advantages like that, the AI will try to run away if it can. And in this case, it tries to run away. And it does. So I don't even have to fight here. I would prefer to fight them or demand surrender, so I don't have to bunch up the enemy units and take them on and as a big group later. But sometimes it's just not practical. You know, you can't. It doesn't matter how I align my troops here. I'm just not going to be able to catch him. He'll flee right away. Now I get lucky and capture Legion 2, although that's only like 2 units, so it's not that big a deal. So anyway, I've got most on the eastern side of Mongolia now, though, and that's good. And my next thought was to punish the traitor, and I don't want to send my entire legion over there, because this guy's trained up like a Mongol unit, and that's it. So I don't even. Yeah, I just send in Jamuga. He's loyal to me. He'll hold down the territory. And no gold, enough food so he doesn't fail. And 3 light infantry. Yeah, they'll beat 1 Mongol. So I win that battle. And on we go. Unfortunately, I can't order them to move units back just yet. So I spent some time with my family. Might as well use up some body points. So on this turn, I just order the forces back. Well, first I make sure he has enough gold that he can actually send them to me. And he's not one of those leaders that is like in E-politic trading and like 6 or 7 body points that they can't do anything, even if you tell them to. Like, we're sorry, right now we can't attack, and it's not clear why. And then you check their body points, you're like, oh. Because when it prompts you to, I also order some supplies being sent to me since I have extra points. But anyway, yeah, like when it prompts you to appoint a governor in a territory, you just like don't. You just back out of it. It'll like pick a random guy who's usually quite terrible from the local pool and throw him in charge. Very often you get guys who are like ease across the board, except for like maybe 1D and something. But very often those guys are still able to do things because they have enough body points. Like once you get 10 or more body points, you can perform pretty much any action on a given turn once. So they're still not completely useless in those territories. But I almost wish they were, because then it's just like a puppet territory. It can't do anything. And if they revolt, then they just don't have any military. You can go back there and smack them around, because they can never recruit any military. So I almost prefer that, rather than managing my territories properly. Anyway, I'm off to the next area. Here again, they're just going to run right away. There's no way I could possibly reach that, so I don't even bother. And then this time both of them do successfully flee. Now here I have an interesting decision to make. Because you'll see I scout around. And yeah, I'll pick this guy up. Oh, I got a new guy, new kid. Now if Togurul Khan actually lives for like 40 more turns, which is not a definite, I might actually be able to make myself heir instead of his default one, which is bad. Anyway, I decide to attack the territory with more units, because if I attack the territory with less, they'll flee into the territory with more units without me killing any, and then it'll like just be a big bunched up stack of garbage that I ultimately have to fight. And I'll do that if I have to, but there's no reason to encourage that. So I just go with attacking the territory that, you know, right now I can take him. He probably won't run right away. And sure enough, this is a map where I can even get an ambush going and make use of my cruddy infantry to do something for me. And I get right to that. And like you'll see, I took my 5th Legion out there. And that's just like a random B war guy with a stack of like the weakest units in the game. But they're well armed and well trained at least, so that's nice. And I'm just gonna have them ambush. Why not? And actually the results of ambushes are pretty impressive, even with light infantry. And here I go flag that town just in case he tries to run. I'll grab the castle and see if I can capture some of his forces. So yeah, I move in. Also, I'm going to try to demand surrender. Yeah, there you go. Light infantry versus nomads, which are like significantly more costly, and my light infantry are just crushing his forces because of the ambush. And then I order my stronger stacks to actually go on the offensive, and against damage units, it's a slaughter. No trouble here at all, and I'm not even close to losing anything. So yeah, he starts fleeing, and I just pursue onto the castle and see if I can capture anything. I also order a chase just in case. But yeah, I get Legion 1, I miss Legion 3. Really clears up his units from bunching up though. So, in the next part, we're going to finish the conquest of Mongolia. I'll see you there, guys.